Today on Beardo and Weirdo, Chris Kael's mood completely changes when he realizes that Metallica has hooked him up. And you'll never believe what a woman did on a plane in front of Chris on the way back to America this week.
And I pulled a Craig Gass while I was in Australia and made one of my fans break down in tears. That's right. Chris Kael was an asshole. Green Bay, Wisconsin, and Anaheim, California. It is me, Mr. Chris Kael from Five Finger Death Punch.
And I'm Craig Gass, the comedian from Family Guy, King of Queens, Sex and the City. We are coming to Green Bay and Anaheim to do Beardo and Weirdo Live, January 10th at the Epic Event Center in Green Bay. And then we're flying to Anaheim to do the Grove of Anaheim, January 24th. Get your tickets for both shows at getgas.com. Get Gas with two S's.com. We'll see you there. Beardo and Weirdo, we are back from Australia. Chris and I actually shacked up together in an apartment in Brisbane. Is that where we were at?
Yep.
We had separate hotel rooms in Melbourne, and then we shacked up together in Brisbane. We toured together. We lived together, and it was weird. Like, we're pretty healthy people. Like, we don't push each other at all. It's just kind of like, hey, what are you doing right now? You want to eat? You want to No? All right, cool. You want to check in later? All right, cool. You do your own thing. I do my own thing. And then we check in and we do the comedy shows. But man, that is I think it was like
you make a good roommate, Craig.
Yeah. Thank you.
I don't care what Darcy says about you.
Dude, we're both sober. We both check in on ourselves. We both see therapists, and we're constantly checking inward on ourselves. And I think that lends itself to us being healthier. I mean,
and we have like-minded goals on this as well.
Yeah.
Like, we know we got press set up during the day.
Yep.
Death Punch had some press put out for me to be able to do that in Australia as well.
That was crazy. I had my own press, and I couldn't get you on that press. And then you had your own press that you did for yourself.
My ego wouldn't fit in those rooms that you were going into. Ain't got room for three.
It all worked out, man. We had a couple of shows in Melbourne. Man, that Comics Lounge was so great. The guys who run that place, Dan and those guys.
Yeah. Yeah, what a great room. Like, I remember when you had booked it, I was like, okay, we're going to be playing Australia. Cool. We'll be playing, whatever rooms. And then I think I told you, I heard Rogan talking about how great that club was. I was like, woo! We're in the brosphere now.
Yeah, when you go into the backstage area, there's just like all these photos of just the last few years of Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer, Jim Jeffries, of course, from Australia, and Dane Cook, and it's all the biggest comedians. Like, they're all over the world. They all when they stop in, if they're coming in to do an arena, they stop at the Comics Lounge.
Right. A good friend of mine played after us, Preacher Lawson.
Oh, yeah.
Played that same room right after. He came in, like, right behind us. We got in there and got it warmed up for you, Preacher.
So we had this really funny thing happen when we got to Australia, which was that Chris went through his management to say, hey, can you guys let Metallica know that we're in town with Metallica? We're in town at the same time, so can we get hooked up? And we didn't know for a couple of days whether or not it was going to happen.
Oh, yeah. I got the email. Oh, I don't know. It's a real hard ticket to get. Yeah. That one's going to be rough. And sometimes here in Vegas, things are sold out. So there are times when I make a request and I don't get tickets. Right. So I was like, oh boy, here we go again.
So, and I just kept thinking like, yeah, but you just toured with them. You literally just did a 2-year world tour in stadiums all over the world with Metallica. So I thought this should be an easy hookup. And then we get to the box office, and we don't know until we get to the box office what you're going to get.
Yep. Even when we're walking up, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, this is a hard ticket. We're probably going to be way up in the top.
And then Chris,
we're going to be in the building, so let's go.
Yep. And Chris gets the envelope, and as soon as I see what's in the envelope, I go, dude, we're hooked up. And Chris goes,
it's thick.
He goes, are you sure? And I go, yeah. And I go, dude, those are laminates. Those are all access laminates. And I go, that wristband, that puts us in the snake pit. And Chris goes, okay, all right. Well, so we're good. We're good. He still has no idea what's going on. We walk in, and I have friends that work sound and lights. And I'm like, do you want to go say hi to my friends who are doing sound and lights? And Chris goes, well, let's go.
I know where this is going.
Let's see where we can get with what we have. I want to see where this pass and then this. What is this wristband?
And also, like, when we walk it in, like, I showed the guy the snake pit, and he's like, oh yeah, it's right there. And it was like just on the floor.
Oh yeah, listen.
And I'm like, I guess this is it.
So the first guy we see, he points to 30,000 people in the crowd on the floor, because the whole floor holds 30,000, and he just goes, yeah, right there. And it's just a mob. And Chris goes, oh man, look how fucking crowded it is. And I go, Chris, that's not us. I go, follow me. I've done this before. I know where to go.
Head of security over here, Craig Gass.
So I follow Chris to the front of that crowd, and there's a sign that says snake pit only. And I go, and we start walking in front of the barricade, and then we go underneath a ramp from the stage, and now we're in the middle of the stage.
Yep.
And this is what Chris just goes. And I go, you want to go say hi to my friends? And you go, no, I'm going to hang out right here, man. This is actually kind of cool. And then another weird thing happened, which you're going to see on the live episode from Melbourne, which is that Chris accidentally bumped into this girl.
And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This girl goes, hey. And then she goes,
you didn't hear the first question she asked me, though. She goes, do you knit? Yeah.
Do you knit?
Yeah. From the Jekyll and Hyde video. I'm knitting the baby sock. That was how she was trying to be like
that you played in the video. Oh my God.
I was like, yeah, that's me. I go, not very well, but I do. Yeah.
And she goes, are you? And he goes, I'm Chris Kael. And she goes, she started crying.
Immediate waterworks, dude. like hyperventilating, like, oh my God. I go, and I'm trying to be incognito down here in the middle of the snake pit right in front of the stage. I'm trying to be incognito.
And then she lifted her shirt, and I was like, yeah. But all she was doing was going, she was lifting her. I was like,
Greg was like, yeah, rock and roll moment. We're going to see some boobs. Let's go.
It's about time this rock star paid up.
Yep. And then she had the lyrics to Jekyll and Hyde tattooed on her side.
On her side.
Yeah.
Dude, you bumped into the biggest Five Finger Death Punch fan in Australia.
Absolutely. Dude. Yeah. So we were talking, hanging out, and at some point I was like, are you guys like around tomorrow? And she's like, yeah. I was like, would you guys want to go to our comedy show? Or no, we were doing the podcast taping. Yeah. So the one that we recorded, I asked her, would you guys like to go to the podcast recording? And her husband, without skipping a beat, was like, I'll stay home and watch the kids. You can go there.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, you all have kids too? And she's like, yeah, 13 and 15. And
then I texted the owner of the club, and I said, hey, can we get a 13 and 15-year-old? And he said, as long as they're with their mum, M-U-M, as long as they're with their mum, that's okay.
So that the father who stepped up was going to stay at home with the kids so that she could go to the podcast. Now the entire family got to go witness that podcast recording in Melbourne.
Yeah, she after the show, she comes to which, by the way, you'll see it in the podcast recording, because there's a moment where I said, there was a girl last night who started crying, and she goes, I'm right here. And and so she's there again.
Her kids are standing up. It's her.
Yeah,
it's her. They were super excited. Yeah.
And she, after the show, we talked, and she said, been through a lot of stuff. So thank you guys for letting me come down on the show. And she, I don't know what she was going through. There was actually a couple of people after the shows that came up to talk about mental health stuff and say, hey, I've been going through a lot of stuff, and I really appreciate the podcast and you guys talking about recovery and sobriety. So, I mean, that was great. But once we realized the full effect of Chris Kael from Five Finger Death Punch getting us into the snake pit, then we just sat back, and it was like, ooh, let's check out this show. And dude, it's like we're now sitting in the middle of Metallica stage, and they're playing all around it. Dude, I cannot believe how clip number one, play clip number one while we're talking here. That
actually, real quick, before we get to that though.
Yes.
Again, I didn't tell anybody from Metallica, none of the crew, that we were going to be there. And when Metallica is doing their set, their line check, the drum tech's back there. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo.
Oh, I remember this.
Doo-doo.
Yeah.
And then he looks up and he goes, the fuck are you doing here? I was like, comedy, man. I'm doing comedy.
Yep.
Well, looking at it now, I don't know what he thought I was saying. Comedy, man.
Yeah.
Comedy.
I remember that. And then we invited him to the show too. We had some people from the road crew from Metallica came out to our show in Brisbane a couple nights later.
Yeah.
But going to the Metallica show though, it's so crazy how festive Metallica has become.
It's like the Super Bowl when they roll into town. It is a Metallica economy. They bring so many different people in there, and you just see so many shirts. We were going out promoting the comedy shows just by looking for shirts. Hey, you guys going to the show? That was fun too.
Yeah.
When we walked up to that one group, and one lady recognized me. She's like, "Oh yeah, you're so-and-so." I was like, "Yep, cool." And we continue walking with him for a little bit. And then this other guy goes, so like, are you in a band?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The people we met.
Everybody else is like,
yeah.
I go, I'm in a band.
Yeah, that's right. It was on an off night from our shows. It was an off night from Metallica shows. We were just walking down the street, and the city of Melbourne was just filled with Metallica fans. Same thing with Brisbane. Brisbane had so many Metallica fans that we had problems getting a hotel.
Yeah.
That was kind of weird. Brisbane is such a small town that it was a destination.
Now, had it been Five Finger Death Punch out there, we could have afforded those rooms. But we're on a comedy budget right now.
Well, dude, this show, let's get to that first clip of this Metallica show. I just love how this song.
Woo!
How cool is this? And how crazy is it? The first time I hear this song, when it first comes out, I remember thinking, this is so heavy.
Yeah.
It was so underground.
Actually, when I bought this record, it was when Run DMC Raising Hell came out, and Metallica Master of Puppets had also come out. I'd heard all the Run DMC songs like on MTV. I'd only read about Metallica. I hadn't actually heard them before. So I bought Master of Puppets, took it home, and it was heavy. And I was unprepared for it at that point. I've since gone way heavier since then. So that Metallica was my introductory lesson to it. But I was just like, oh man, I should have got that Run DMC record. So I ended up taking Metallica Master of Puppets back, going back and exchanging it for Run DMC Raising Hell.
You're kidding.
Wore the hell out of that tape. But then I heard, I remember Battery kept on going in my head over and over and over again. I was like, man, I think I really like that song. So then I went back and bought it again. So then I had, I took it back to get Run DMC Raising Hell.
I remember hearing, first time I heard this song, I was smoking weed with my buddy.
Hell yeah, that's how you first hear Metallica, son.
Rich Olson, I probably shouldn't say his name. Rich Olson, big pothead.
Yep, it's
in Tucson, Arizona. Every day at lunch for high school, four of us would get in his giant boat of a car, and we would drive behind a movie theater or sometimes into a cemetery, and we would smoke out of this 4-foot graphic bomb. and we would listen to Scorpions. We'd listen to Judas Priest, Ozzy, whatever.
Man, that's living, son.
And I still, well, it's living, but I would get really high in the back of the theater going, hey man, we should get out of here. We're just sitting here in a car.
Anybody got any water?
Yeah, I mean the car is filled with smoke, and I'm like, we look suspicious, dude. We got to get out of here. And then I remember one day, we get out behind the theater, and Rich goes, "Have you guys ever heard of Metallica?" And I go, "Metal? What is it?" And he goes, "Metallica." And I go, "No." And he goes, "Dude," because these guys are next level. And I go, "All right." And the beginning of Battery is like an instrumental.
So pretty.
Doom, doom, doom. And I'm smoking out this 4-foot graphic like, right on, man. And then all of a sudden, and I remember going like, turn it down.
I did the same thing. Because I was like, I had it like low, and I was like, hold on, this sounds low. Yeah. And then boom!
It tricks you to kick you right in the dick. Turn it down! Yeah. Turn it down! Yeah. I could not handle it. It was sensory overload.
Yeah.
And then you get to this, and look at the next clip. Clip number 2, that Metallica has actually become a show where you bring beach balls. Yes. That you'll see here in clip number 2.
Yeah.
You can see James emerge from the middle of beach balls in this video.
There's the Riff Lord. Listen to that crowd singing.
Oh, dude. Did you notice they were humming everything? They were humming melodies and the guitars. Yep. They were
even on this part that comes up.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh. Look at that flying V.
I mean, it's
so metal. I love it.
So metal, but so mainstream now.
Yes.
I mean, that's the thing. There's... Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite things was, I don't know if you see it on here or not, but there was a girl, her job was just to go pick up the mic stands.
Yes.
That were getting knocked over, and she was so
her in this video.
over it.
Yeah. Oh, you can see... It's just a crazy festival vibe at these shows now. It's just so surreal that they were the outliers. They were the underground.
And now they're the standard.
They're the standard. Mm-hmm. The mainstream came to Metallica.
Yes, they did.
They never changed what they were doing.
All it took was a couple of haircuts, man.
Yeah. Well, that's when
everybody except Kirk.
That's when hardcore fans were like, "Man, you got haircuts and you slowed down your music."
Yeah.
And then they speeded back up again. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like, and I'll never forget reading an interview with Lars Ulrich where he said, "Do you look the same that you did in high school? People change." And I was like, "Wow, that's a good point, man." Yeah. You can't argue with that.
Luckily, we've all gotten prettier.
Yeah, we are. People evolve. You don't like the same things you did when you were 15. You change. You become a different person. But it's just so odd for me to hear these heavy songs that were only associated with my friends that I would smoke weed with in a cemetery. And now people are bringing their... Oh, there's that girl trying to get rid of the balloons.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big giant beach balls.
You know she sits there all day just dreading that moment.
Just dreading the night.
Here comes that damn song.
Goddamn beach balls. Here we go. And that poor girl is out there trying to clean the stage up.
Yep. Impossible.
Do you think she has meetings with the production like, can't you just put it in the back of the stadium? Does it have to be near the front? Because they always end up on stage.
Yeah.
Like, can't we? We should interview her.
Absolutely.
She's probably...
Yeah.
Oh,
she's over talking about it. You know, she's traumatized.
Wouldn't it be fun if we went to another show like within another month or so and it's somebody totally different on stage? Like they just keep quitting.
Yeah.
It was like, fuck this gig. By the way, with this show being in Australia, there's something I noticed in the crowd. You have a video that you got of the Metallica show you wanted to show, right?
Yeah. So like I'm dialed in. I got James in there. I'm like, yes, this is awesome. This is perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Oh, no.
Roll the clip.
Oh, no. I saw this video and I was like, that looks like my hand. Oh, man. I feel terrible about this.
So look at that. Just dialed in. Perfect framing. And then this asshole. Doesn't put his hand straight up in the air. Right towards the camera. So now, this at the time that we're recording this video, 200,000 views just on Instagram have seen this video. And yep, I was so happy. I was like, oh, I got it. This is perfect. This is perfect. And Craig.
Can I just tell you that while he was performing, I just remember going like, last time you will. And then I remember going at that moment like, oh, shit. And I was like, oh, shit. And so when I see the video, I go, oh, no.
Yeah. You see,
Can you
right
go
here,
back to the beginning again?
There are 0 cell phones in this picture.
Yep.
I got the perfect angle.
Yep.
You saw Craig's. There's cell phones everywhere, all over the place. I'm like, whoa, we're getting views on this. That is perfect. And Craig.
Oh, man.
One of the comments I saw under this on my page, some kid was like, dude is straight up aura something. I forget what it's called. Some dumb kid shit.
Like 6'7".
Yeah.
6. It just doesn't make any sense. 6'7".
Ladies and gentlemen, old man Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's some kind of aura, like wanting everybody to yell for him. Yeah. He's on stage, you dumbass.
Yeah.
That's his job. Yeah. I forget what it's called. We're going to put that right here underneath.
It's
for Urban Dictionary.
Comments online are just off the charts stupid.
Man, I'm realizing that the more you put out there, the more dumb comments you're going to get on there. So you just got to put it out freely and not give a damn what anybody's going to say. I like to be mad. I admit I can do that.
You thrive on it.
I love being pissed. I trained a lot of martial arts. So if something goes down, I'm ready. You actually ran into a dude when you were tell it about the guy you were trying to get through the crowd.
Oh, there was a guy that actually tried to start shit with me at the first. We went to 2 Metallica shows in Australia. We went to one in Melbourne and we went to one in Brisbane. And the first one we went to in Melbourne, when that moment happened where Chris went from kind of on edge to like, wow, we're getting hooked up here. We actually have a great spot in the middle of the stage. And we were still in a crowd, but there was a little bit of space around us. So I turned around to go, you know what? Let me see if I can go back to this back railing and maybe we can stand over here. And as I started to cut through the crowd to see if there was more space behind us, a guy just stared at me and goes, "You're not getting through."
That's good Australian accent too.
Yeah, I was kind of off. It was Australian and kind of
New Zealand too.
Yeah, something. And I go, "I'm not trying to get through. I'm just trying to see if there's a railing." And he goes, "Well, you're not getting through." And I go, "I'm not trying to get through. I'm just trying to see if there's a railing here." And he goes, "Did you hear me?" And then there was a girl next to him that was like, "It's okay. He says he's not trying to get through." And I was like, "Damn." And I went back and stood next to Chris. I didn't tell Chris about it until later. And Chris was like, Where is he? And
I was like, dude, that never happens to me.
Yeah.
I wish that would happen to me. My response would have been, you.
Yeah.
You seriously going to do this? Are you sure?
Can I just point out,
are you sure?
In this moment, look at me. Look at my face. Can you see how happy I am?
Look at me.
To walk on the streets with a man that looks like this. I can late at night. Do you know how comforting it is to walk down the street with a real man?
Let me tell you, I forever ago was in Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah.
I had gone to the Hard Rock. I was on tour with Death Punch, and I used to work at the Hard Rock Cafe. So I would always go to Hard Rock Cafes to see if other trainers were working there that I trained with around the world.
Yeah.
So I went into this Hard Rock Cafe right there in Baltimore, Maryland, and I was asking them about seafood. I was like, I'm going to get some seafood down here. I was like, where's the best spot? Because there was a spot right next to the Hard Rock. Yep. And they was like, nope, don't go to that one. Go around the corner, down the street a little bit. The best spot in Baltimore is right down there. But be careful, because it's a kind of a area.
Okay.
So just pay attention when you're walking down. So I'm walking down. This is back when I was drinking too, so it's full of piss and vinegar.
Oh, boy.
Turn the corner. I'm walking down, and then 3 young black teenagers were walking towards me. This is late at night, like 11 or something.
Okay.
I'm by myself. I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
Okay.
They told me to watch out. I don't listen.
Right.
I'm going down there.
Yep.
So I'm walking towards them. And then as I get closer, I kind of like got big. And all 3 of the kids like lowered their head, put their hands in their pocket, and walked by. I was like, they are as nervous of me as I am with the 3 of them. We're all just scared of each other. No damn reason to be, but we were all scared of each other. I was like, at that moment, I was like, man, maybe I do have a look.
That's
like, what is this? What's this crazy white man doing down here walking by himself?
I always remember Charlie Murphy would always say that there's certain street marks that you get from growing up in New York. Like if you walking down the street and you see 2 dudes late at night walking in your direction, and one of them cross the street, but the other one stay on the same side, and they're both coming towards you, you better run. It's like there's certain things that Charlie Murphy was like, God, that is so true. That
Ian Edwards has a good one about that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Ends with hoodies is what he's called. Yeah. Yeah. He's like, even I'm scared of in hoodies. I know, he's a black dude from Jamaica.
I know it's getting off track a little bit, but when I'm thinking about Charlie Murphy, I always remember the story that he had about how when they were on tour, Eddie Murphy, Delirious, they toured with the Bus Boys. And I believe it was the Bus Boys, the band, gave Charlie a sparkly tour jacket, and it was full of diamonds and sparkles and shit. And he was like, man, I love this like tour jacket, man. It looks really cool. So he wore it out to a nightclub with Eddie. So Eddie's like got cool street clothes, and Charlie has this sparkly tour jacket. And Charlie said, walked into a nightclub, and everybody's like, oh shit, Eddie Murphy. And he overheard somebody go, that's Eddie Murphy. And he's with a magician. Look like he here with a magician.
I had to bring myself back to that story because I was thinking about me talking about the Ian Edwards joke.
Yeah.
And me saying ends.
Yeah.
And if they beep it out, it's going to make it look like I said the word. So make sure you beep that out. That's funny.
Matthew makes Chris look like an asshole.
Yeah. The Kentucky comes out of Chris.
What are you pissed about this week when you were saying about being angry? What are you mad about?
We had a flight.
Well, wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time.
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I got something good to start off first.
Get ready.
Yeah.
You want to punch me in the face first, and then we'll like work our way up to it? Or?
Nope.
All right, go ahead.
So on the first video that I have, we were on a 16-hour flight from from Australia back to, I had to go to San Francisco and you went to Dallas.
I went to Dallas. My flight was 14 hours from Brisbane.
Okay. So
and your flight was 16?
It might have been 14, but around that same time. So a really long flight.
Yep.
Again, on a comedy budget.
Yep.
So I'm not flying like first class, like with Death Punch.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to spend the extra money on this exit row. That way I got, some leg room.
Sure.
On the first one, I had leg room, but it was super tight.
Okay.
And I was on the window seat.
Okay.
Super tight. The second one on the way back, you can roll that first airport footage here. I was super excited because I had that entire row to myself.
Oh, nice.
I was like, woo.
That's the flight going to Australia.
On the way back from
On the way
Australia.
back, okay.
Yeah, so the one there, same seat.
Okay.
But there were two people next to me.
Okay.
On this one, when I first got there, they're like, oh, you might have that whole row to yourself because this is a fairly empty flight.
Good.
Please, 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 please. Cool. And I get 14 hours. Then I slowly realized that the seats that I'm in right there, those seats, like the armrest, don't go up.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So then I'm like,
So you can't lay across the seats if they're empty. Oh.
Yeah. So I thought I was getting lucky and was going to be able to lay down. Woo! I got first class on a comedy budget. So I'm sitting there and like I'm trying to sleep a little bit. I'm like, it's okay. I'll be fine. I'll figure this out. I don't sleep well on planes as it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hardest part of travel for me is I don't sleep well on like moving objects. So if on the bus, I sleep like trash. Yeah. Sleep has always been an issue. That's kind of why I started elevating my drinking back in the day because I wanted to knock myself out to be able to crash and fall asleep.
I would do that on long distance flights when I would go New York to LA to New York.
Oh yeah.
Is I just show up like from a late night of drinking and just pass out on the flight and just wake up in the next city.
Yeah.
And that was when the girl who I was dating at the time told me that I snored only when I drank. And I was like, really? She goes, yeah, you don't snore normally, but when you drink, you snore really bad. And I remember waking up, I got on a flight in JFK and I passed out and I felt the wheels touch down and I woke up. It's been 6 hours and I was like, and there's this lady sitting next to me, this older Asian lady. And I looked at her and I go, oh, it's a good nap. And she went, you snore loud. And I go, really? Oh my God, I'm so
unfiltered Asian accent too. I like
all
it.
I could think of was like everyone in this cabin was probably like,
you were that guy.
Asshole.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of snoring, before I get to the next part, on the tour bus, our old tour manager snored, my God. Really? I mean, just like the worst.
Really?
And he would sleep so hard. There's some sort of ringtone on an Apple iPhone. I have PTSD. Yeah. Because, it's a.
Oh, yeah. I hate
he would sleep all the way through that.
Really?
And I was so over in my bunk being the new guy trying to be cool. Don't say nothing. Just look, don't be the fucking, be the oil. Don't be the, don't, yeah. And I still have PTSD if I hear that. I'm like,
yeah, I can't.
Still gets me. So I'm in these seats, struggling to find sleep. I finally get to sleep. And this is about probably 8 hours into the flight. I'm barely like in that purgatory, in between sleep and being awake, just like a haze kind of thing.
Yep. You still got 6 hours to go.
Yeah. And then this week's Chris is pissed.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Roll it, Matt.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Chris is pissed. Chris is pissed. What are you pissed about, Chris?
Roll that second airplane video.
Okay.
And you'll see me being sneaky about trying to sneak this video. This woman is goddamn doing yoga right in front of me. Right next to my feet, right next to me. She could go in that bathroom that's right there. She could go in that hallway. She could go all the way back to the end of the plane. Fast forward to just a little bit there, Matt. Because she's doing a bunch of different exercises here. It's a long video. She was there
kidding
30 minutes. She's working her wrists. And she was checking her iPhone, checking her damn Apple Watch. Doing shoulder rolls, stretching.
It'd be funny if she was also crop dusting you.
Dude.
Was she crop dusting you?
No, but there was one.
You should have crop dusted her.
I was worried about getting busted filming.
Yeah.
So I was this is like, I'm literally, I got the TV screen right here. and with the camera just going, like, let's say this is the TV screen.
And you just
going,
hold it just like that.
and I was just trying to hold it loosely, not looking at anything, being total fucking, I'm like, this is going to be great. She starts doing squats coming up, but I don't think I get that because I'm like, I think she saw me. So then I turn it off. But then right in front of me, like as close as like Matt is to me right now, she's doing, hold on, I have to demonstrate on the camera here.
All right. She's just doing squats right in front of you.
Right in front of me.
Okay.
Yeah. So then she starts doing like some kind of like knee bend thing. She's like this.
With her ass in your face.
Yeah. Right there. I was trying to sleep. And she's doing fucking P90X.
Oh my God.
And that happened time and time again. People, you'd see them looking at their Apple Watch because these dumbasses need an Apple Watch to tell them, I need to get up and move. Fucking go to the back where the airplane employees are working back there.
That is insane.
I mean, just zero self-awareness. Much like when you're getting a perfect Metallica clip.
Yep.
Perfect. You got it dialed in. I had my seat. Long legs. Oh, this is perfect. And much like Craig's hand, that bitch. That fucking bitch.
Dude, I don't know why, but there are some people who just don't know how to behave on a plane.
It was absolutely, and I saw several people that chose to use that area to come over and stretch, and they were like, "Gotta get my steps."
What's that?
Not moving at all.
What's that?
Doing leg lifts.
Instagram page, passenger shaming or something like that, shaming passengers or something like that.
Yeah,
and
I've seen that one.
I've sent them clips before
of you
because of stuff that I've seen on flights where like people are just.
How many times have you been the subject of those things though? What do you do on flights that would piss people off? Anything?
No, I'm pretty quiet. I get in,
Darcy,
I lay down.
Darcy, call in.
Yeah.
Let us know.
No, I don't. I'm pretty, if anything, I struggle to sleep, but I just play games the whole way in. Sometimes I'll write notes.
Yeah.
Like the whole way in here, I was writing notes because I was about to perform with Kiss. And I wanted my first performance to be so weird and so out in outer space. They wanted me to do, we're in the middle of a Kiss weekend right now. And they wanted me to perform.
Craig, we're in the middle of a Kiss life.
We are in the middle of a Kiss life. Good point. I have a 20-minute performance that I'm scheduled to do on a Friday night, which was last night. And then I have a 30-minute show I'm doing tomorrow. And then today I did a thing with Gene Simmons on stage, which was a blast.
Nice.
Gene came, we hosted a guitar pick throwing contest.
Oh, nice.
Where people came out of the crowd and then they tried to challenge Gene to a pick throwing thing. Uh-huh. And it just became me and Gene just joking with each other about stuff. And then as we got done with the thing, we walked off stage and he goes, "That was good." And I go, "Right? That was good." And he goes, "We're good together." And I go, "I think so too, man."
New Gene Simmons side project.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So Gene was in a great mood.
Tungo and Weirdo.
Yeah, I always get like scared that Gene's gonna, because
he's a big intimidating dude.
And I did something horrible last night. I went up on stage as Gene Simmons, and I have this prosthetic mask of Gene Simmons, and I walked out on stage, and I had Chris introduce me saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, your regularly scheduled comedy show with Craig Gass has been changed because Craig Gass took his Gene Simmons impression a little too far and actually recreated Gene Simmons' car accident recently. And Craig Gass is in the hospital right now."
Biggest cheers of the night. Biggest cheers of the night right there.
Here playing the part of Craig Gass is Gene Simmons from Kiss. And I walked out with a Gene Simmons mask on. Mm-hmm. And I did stand-up comedy in front of the crowd and said some very awful jokes, starting with, "Everybody says, Gene Simmons, you changed my life." And everyone goes, "Yeah." And I go, "That's right. You're broke." And then, "What?" And then I started doing jokes about how broke everybody was.
Yeah, because they all spent all their money on Kiss products.
Kiss.
Yeah.
You could have invested in a 30-year mortgage, but no. Nope. You got 20 Kiss lunchboxes.
Get to go to Kiss cruise, not even on the sea.
Yeah.
Just in Vegas, in the desert.
See? So it was a really weird outside the box show.
Do you have video of you in that mask?
I do.
Yes.
We'll show it right here.
"I want the biggest Kiss fan in the world. Where are you?" "I know you. Rudy Sarzo." "Hello, Jim. Rudy, are you the biggest Kiss fan in the world?" Yes, sir. How much money have you spent on Kiss? $50,000. Get the fuck out of here, Rudy. Come on. Thanks for paying Tommy Thayer's salary for the last 2 years.
So you can see how weird that is. And people didn't know how to react.
So when I first saw you in that mask, you came up close and like your right eye.
Oh, yeah.
It had to be a tight fit mask.
Oh, yeah.
Your eye was like here.
Yep.
It just, hey, man, make sure when we do it. So if Matt, I'm going to send you a picture to pull this up because this is exactly who it reminded me of. You know who Mankind is from WWE? Yeah, because your mouth was even like, I'm a man.
Well, it was my buddy Johnny Dare, the radio personality from Kansas City, was the one who sent me the mask. And he's friends with people who have this company that make prosthetic faces, prosthetic masks. And they have these amazing.
They make them in your size?
Well, that Gene Simmons mask is slightly off. So it's not my giant
so
head.
Funny. Yeah.
It was, but my giant head helped.
Struggling to talk. I mean, you sounded like you were Gene Simmons that had a stroke.
That's the crazy thing is I go out on stage and I'm like, oh my God, I'm starting to get lightheaded because the mask is so tight around my head. And I tell Johnny Kelly, the drummer for Quiet Riot, who was also the drummer for Typo Negative, I go, hey man, can you just come up on stage? I'm going to do some knock-knock jokes and I want you to play drums on the knock-knock jokes. And he's like, all right, cool. And I go, yeah, it'll be towards the end of my set. But I didn't tell him that I was also doing knock-knock jokes at the beginning too. So I start out at the beginning and I'm like, knock, knock, who's there? And then I hear boom, boom. And I go, what? And I go, oh, Johnny Kelly, everybody. And I start going into my Johnny Kelly jokes, which is like, well, the Johnny Kelly jokes then go into this other thing and that goes into another thing. And I started wrapping up my set early because it reminds me of Jay Leno.
Damn drummers.
Jay Leno has this amazing story about how the first ever television appearance he ever did was Dinah Shore. It was his first national television appearance. He'd never been on TV before. And the drummer of the band, the house band, is the leader of the band. And he walks up and he goes, hey, kid, how you doing? You're the comedian that's going on. He goes, hey, what's your big line that you end on? And he goes, my big line? He goes, yeah, we're gonna play you off. And he goes, oh, I'm going to, well, it depends on how much time I can get. He goes, I'm going to try to squeeze as many. How about this? When I'm done, I'll just say, thank you. Thank you very much. And he goes, all right, kid, you got it. And he walks out on stage when they go, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome making his national TV debut, Mr. Jay Leno. And Jay comes out and he had never performed for a juiced crowd like this.
Yep.
Like these TV performances, there's a guy that before the show starts, we're like, all right, everybody, give us lots of energy. All right, come on, let's hear how loud you can be. And if you hear the jokes, even if you don't get the jokes, just laugh and have somebody explain the jokes on the way home. And the crowd is like, all right. And the crowd gets really fired up. So Jay Leno walks out and he goes, how you guys doing? Hey, so, and his first joke, boom. And he's like, and he gets a standing ovation and he goes, thank you. Thank you very much. And then, the drummer goes, and he's like that. He did one joke and he got played right off.
I love it. I mean, so when you nail it, you nail it.
Yeah.
You know?
So same thing with Johnny Kelly. Johnny Kelly was like, oh, I was supposed to come out there, and I was like, oh, I should have told you I was going to do knock-knock jokes at the beginning and then at the end. But Johnny Kelly played along with me. Rudy Sarzo came out and played along with me.
So wonderful seeing him out there,
yeah, dude. It was amazing, man. It was a really good hang. And then tonight, Sebastian texted me and I just texted him and said, hey, dude, I'm stoked to watch you tonight. And he goes, dude, you want to introduce me as me? And I go, I would love to introduce you as you. So tonight, I'm going to be introducing Sebastian Bach as Sebastian Bach. And we'll have footage of that on the next episode of Beardo and Weirdo. But there was one thing that happened in Australia that I don't know if you noticed. And I went, holy shit. And I have video that Matthew's going to pull up right now that I wanted to show you.
Me jerking off in that adjoining room? Because that is a holy shit moment.
During the Metallica show, I am walking, well, because you didn't want to leave. You're like, I'm going to stay right here in this VIP area.
Yeah.
I left to go back to say hi to friends who were out at the lighting board. And as I walked out, I was like, what the hell's going on right here? And I'm watching people and I go, is it? And I saw him doing it again further back in the crowd. And I was like, is this what you do in Australia? Look at this video. It's in the crowd. there are people working the show,
Oh, yes.
handing out snacks,
Yep.
and there's trays of water.
Water. Yep.
Not just throw water on somebody's head to cool them off.
Yeah, with a hose.
And they have snacks. Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? They're handing out chips.
But Craig, America's the greatest country on earth.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, if you've never been anywhere else, it's great.
Dude,
But my God.
that is so true. When you travel around the world, you learn things about other countries. You go, what?
Oh, yeah.
Like last November, Darcy and I brought her to see Pearl Jam out in Australia. And on the night of the first show, we go to a train station because we heard that, like, oh, it's just 20 minutes on the train station. So I'm like, all right, let's go. And it's a big Grand Central type train station.
Yep.
And I walked up to the ticket counter and I said, hi, 2 for the Pearl Jam concert. And they go, yes, go to track 19. I go, all right, track 19. They go, yeah. And I start walking to track 19 and she goes, how much are the tickets? And I go, they didn't sell me any. They said track 19. And she goes, you don't have tickets? And I go,
Yep.
They just said to go to, and I start walking to track 19 and I go, hi, Pearl Jam show. And they go, yep, this way. And I go, okay, but I don't have a ticket. And they go, no tickets, track 19. And I go, no, I don't have a ticket for the train. And they go, there is no ticket. It's free. And I go, it's free? And they said, yes, it's a concert. And I went, wait, what? And then you find out in Australia, all the mass transit is free for sporting events and concerts because it helps alleviate traffic.
Yep.
I couldn't believe it.
What, you mean to tell me it ain't $80
Yeah.
when the Raiders are playing and you're trying to go see Steel Panther at the House of Blues, but the Raiders are playing the same day in a town that used to be free parking all the time?
Yeah.
Hold on.
And dude, I noticed that in Canada. Like there's different things that you'll see in Canada where they'll say, oh yeah, you can have this as complimentary. It's like, what? Whereas in America, you just get nickel and dime for everything. Like, you know what blows my mind? When I travel airports around the world, you don't have to pay for shopping, or not shopping carts, for luggage carts. Luggage carts are free all over the world.
Conveniences.
Except
to make your
for
life.
anything that's convenient in America.
Greed.
It's crazy. But when I saw those people handing out the waters and the chips,
other than your one asshole that wouldn't let you pass.
Yep.
None shall pass. That guy. I didn't see any fights.
Yep.
I didn't see any pushing.
Yep.
I don't know if it's an alcohol thing. Like I've noticed, like in the States, there are more fights than there are when we go elsewhere. And I think it's because the alcohol culture, like it's not a big deal. Like you're growing up with alcohol. I mean, overseas people are like rehab. You got a problem with drinking? But they, they have wine with dinner as at a younger age than what we do. When we turn 21, we're like, let's go.
We're partying.
I got to catch up on all this other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I think just the culture over there lends itself to not being so on edge. I don't know if they're just not as afraid of us, of everything, because it's always like, you got to be afraid of this, got to be afraid of that. We're taking all your money. I was listening to a podcast where Russell Crowe was on there talking about Australia, and he was talking about the healthcare and whatnot that's over there. And he said, he gave a stat. I don't recall what the stat was, but it was like, every day this number of people in America go bankrupt because of hospital bills.
Yes.
He goes, you know how many people in Australia are going to go bankrupt because of hospital bills? 0.
Yeah.
I was like, you got to be kidding me.
There's a guy that I work with on the Howard Stern show, Gary Delabate, who has a story about being in Italy with his son, who had some kind of medical emergency in the middle of the night, and they were in a tiny village, and a call was made, and a doctor came to where they were staying, and in the middle of the night, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and took care of, and they were like, okay, well, how do we pay for this? And like, there's no pay. And they left, treated the kid, walked out, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
In America, that
Same thing. I went to Fiji of all places. The main cities, like there's areas with super rich, but a lot of poverty there too. I was working for the Hard Rock Cafe, and we had opened up a new Hard Rock Cafe there in Dinneroo Island, I think is what it was called. And like there was some kids that offered us to go to dinner at their house. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. When we got there, dude, straight up shacks with like 10 roofs, no furniture, just mats on the floor, but they were so damn happy. The happiest people I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, what am I complaining about? Like, these people can be happy And I would be a miserable prick.
Yeah.
I got an exit row and I can't lift up the armrest.
Yeah.
I'm talking about it on the podcast.
We met people in Australia who were just curious about, oh, you're Americans. And they would be like really nice to us. And it was a little disarming, like, like, wow, it's, but there was part of me is kind of like, being from New York, I'm like, I don't trust you. Like, it was just weird. It was like, people were so nice.
Yeah. How crazy is it that, like, when Five Finger Death Punch, we played Moscow years ago, before all the craziness that's going on right now, Moscow and the Ukraine. And I remember standing in Red Square, thinking about all the videos that I'd seen growing up in junior high of tanks rolling through there, just shows of force. I was nervous going over to Moscow for the first time. I was like, these people, I don't know what to expect. Like, all I've been told is how much they hate us, how much we all don't get along.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like Justin Bieber over there.
Yeah.
Fans waiting at the airport for us. Yeah. Oh, crazy. Waiting at the hotels the entire time. Such fanfare, such wonderful, happy people on the ground. It's the people at the top, master of puppets.
Yeah.
Dangling it all down and teaching us to be scared. Travel the world. Don't be afraid. I hear so many people talking about, oh, I don't know if I could go there. Go there. There's hardly ever any issues.
I remember George Carlin always saying that he loves people. He said, one-on-one, I just, people are so wonderful. It's just, what you really need to be scared of is when people start forming groups with an agenda, and then it gets really scary. And that, I think about all the time.
Yeah.
We groups of people now, and how that, like, we all need to be on the same page for this and fuck everybody. And it's like, wow, it's just, it's frightening.
We hate what we don't know.
Yeah.
You got to get yourself in there. Like, I grew up in a high school with 0 Asians. Now I'm all about the Asians.
Boy, is he all about the Asians. Boy, every Chinatown that we went to in Australia, he's like, I could live here.
Yeah,
I could live here.
Let me pull out Zillow. What's the rates going on around here right now?
By the way, I didn't tell you this, but our last show, the last concert we went to, which was right before we left to come back to America, was the Metallica show in Brisbane. We also saw a Suicidal show. In,
speaking of Ty Trujillo,
man. We got on the next episode. We got to talk about that.
Yeah,
but the Metallica show in Brisbane, I left and walked around the building. You're like, where are you? I'm like, I'm just walking. I like to go up to the shitty seats and just kind of walk around. And I was all the way in the back of the stadium and all the way near the top. And I saw a woman with her daughter just like rocking out where nobody else was that connected to the show. And I was like, wow, these two are always all the way in the back. And I go, hey, is it just the two of you at the show? And she goes, yeah, just the two of us. And I go, you want better seats? And she goes, what, like down on the floor? And I go, let's go. And she was like, oh, are you serious? And I go, yeah. I go, come on. And I get them in an elevator, bring them down to the lower level of the stadium. And I start walking out. She was like, oh my, you can just, and I go, yeah. I go, I'm a stand-up comedian. Just subscribe to my podcast. I do a podcast with a friend of mine from the band Five Finger Death Punch. She goes, Five Finger Death Punch. I go, yeah, Chris Kael. She goes, Chris Kael. And I go, he's here. And and at that point, I'm like, I can't bring you all the way to Chris Kael. And I go, but yeah, he's here. And we have a podcast. She goes, oh my God, you don't understand. I've seen Metallica 20 times and I brought her. And I'm like, sure, just subscribe to the show. And she goes, you don't understand, my daughter. And she goes, yeah, my name is James Lars. And I go,
What? That is awesome.
She goes, yeah. And it was this adorable girl. And she said, I'm James Lars. That's and I go, shut the fuck. Of all the people I could have like said, hey, you want better seats? Your mom fucked you up that bad that she named you James Lars. Like, wow.
Yep.
So, and she's out there watching right now.
Yep. James Lars. Y'all could have met me, but Craig pulled the pin on that one because we already had one girl up there crying.
Yeah.
We didn't need James Lars over there crying too.
James Lars will be back in Australia next year. So come see the show next year.
One thing I want to close out on too is I got so many messages once we were out of that building. Like, dude, I thought that was you. I knew I saw you out there.
Really?
Yeah. I couldn't believe. So I want to ask the fans out there, when you see me at an event like that and you're not sure if it's me, What is it that makes you not think it's me? There's nobody.
Yeah.
Not a single person out there that has this beard.
Yeah.
So what is it that makes you the disbelief when you think you see me?
Maybe it's because you look like you're in a good mood. You think that's it?
Roll the goddamn music.